1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Asif Hanif. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says Pakistan will never bow before anyone and make independent decisions better for its people. Army Chief has reiterated the urgency for global convergence on Afghanistan to avoid looming humanitarian crisis. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred one more youth in Pulwama district today. US President says government will do everything to help central areas of the country devastated by tornadoes. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan would never bow before anyone and rather would make independent decisions which would be better for its own people. Addressing a mammoth public gathering at the groundbreaking ceremony of 23 development projects of worth 36 billion rupees in Miawali, he said not only Pakistan but the whole world, including the United States, faced with unprecedented inflation owing to COVID-related lockdown causing the price hike. He said the government announced a SARS ration scheme to provide 30% subsidy on flour, ghee and pulses to those with below 50,000 rupees monthly income to reduce burden on the poor segments of society. The Prime Minister said the government is paying ample attention towards the promotion of education sector with particular focus on girls' education. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa says Pakistan desires to maintain productive bilateral engagement with all regional players for peaceful, diversified and sustained relations. He was talking to members of US Senate Armed Services and Intelligence Committees headed by Senator Angus King in Rawalpindi. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest, current security situation in Afghanistan and bilateral cooperation in various fields were discussed. The Army Chief reiterated the urgency for global convergence on Afghanistan to avoid looming humanitarian crisis and need for coordinated efforts for economic uplift of Afghan people. Minister for Science and Technology Shibli Farah says the opposition parties are opposing the usage of electronic voting machines in elections because they do not want transparency in the election process. Talking to a private news channel, he said the Prime Minister Imran Khan had invited the opposition parties to sit together for bringing electoral reforms, but they refused. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has decided to speed up the coronavirus vaccination campaign in cattle markets and the other public places of the province. The provincial local government department has issued directives to all the relevant authorities in this regard. Meanwhile, the health department has also decided to provide cold stores to all the vaccination centers across Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. On the other hand, actions against non-compliance of corona vaccination are also underway in various areas of the province. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred one more youth in Pulwama district today. The youth was martyred during coordinated search operation at Baragam area of the district. The former Chief Minister of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Farooq Abdullah, has said that there is no way for the Modi government but to talk to Pakistan for lasting peace in Jammu and Kashmir. Talking to newsmen after a party meeting in Jammu, he expressed concern on the continued violence in Kashmir. Bangladesh has raised strong protest over the sanctions imposed by the United States against its top 7 security officers. The US ambassador in Bangladesh was summoned at the Foreign Office in Dhaka to register protest. Washington has imposed sanctions on the Bangladeshi security officers over the alleged human rights abuses, including mass extrajudicial killing and disappearances. The US President Joe Biden has said that the government will do everything to help central areas of the country devastated by tornadoes. In a statement, he said the storm is among the largest in the US history. The US President also signed a federal emergency disaster declaration releasing funds for Kentucky, which is the worst affected state. At least 100 people have been killed after a swarm of tornadoes hit Kentucky and other states in the country. And now the news from cricket. The first T20 of 3-match series between Pakistan and West Indies will be played in Karachi tomorrow. The match will start at 6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch the live video streaming of our news bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.